Hello, CrossFit Inconceivable family. We're here for number 2 in the Support Your Local Box at-home workout series. So this is week 2. Last week we had a really fun workout. Everybody posted some really great times, and today we have a nice challenging one with some double unders and some burpees. But we've got some options for you if you want to scale it, if you don't have jump ropes, that kind of thing. So we're going to get into a warm-up here. Let me start our timer. First thing we're going to do is jog in place and kind of swing our arms around. I don't have a timer. Here we go. All right, jog in place and just gently extending those arms up. Should feel a little bit like interpretive dance. We're just kind of nice and easy getting that blood flowing here for 30 seconds. And I'm gonna have to come and peek at that clock. But happy Monday if you're doing this workout on the first day it's aired. If you're doing it later on, good for you. This is a fun one. All right, how are we doing on our time? About 5 more seconds. So we're gonna go ahead and go into some active Samsons here. Just go ahead and lunge it out, reaching tall, and then alternating sides here. So you wanna keep your chest tall, your hips square, feel a stretch on the front of that backwards leg. So stretch my quads and our hip flexors. Go ahead and keep alternating there. If you want to add a torso twist in the middle of that, you can. What we're trying to warm up here is basically the whole core, because double unders are going to use your arms, your core. Burpees are going to use just about everything. So first thing we want to do now to get ready for burpees is do some inchworm to push-ups. So we're going to walk ourselves out into a plank, keeping your legs as tall as possible. Go into a push-up. If you have to do these from your knees, that's fine as well. Check my clock. Good, and then extend tall at the top. And just go ahead and cycle through a few of these here. Nice strong push-up. Warming up the core, warming up the shoulders. We're gonna get progressively faster here. So this should be your last one. So now we're gonna come into some jumping jacks in just 30 seconds here. Nice and easy. Keeping your knees soft, your ankles soft. Just touching those hands at the top. Nice, easy pace. And the goal in these warm-ups is we do want to get the blood flowing a little bit. Properly primes your muscles, primes your cardiovascular system, gets you ready to go, ready to work. Okay, next thing we want to do is some active Spider-Mans. Get you ready for the bottom of that burpee position. So just walking each foot up to outside the hand. Alternate sides as you can. Get a little bit deeper. Maybe drop that inside elbow of the forward foot down to the ankle. And a nice deep stretch there. If you're feeling really sore, you can slow it down a bit and really focus on getting deep in a stretch. So now we're going to work on some frog hops here. So basically the bottom of this burpee, we're just going to jump up to the middle and out into a plank. So again, bottom of the burpee position, working on finding the power in the hips. If you have to step it up, you can do that as well. This is a nice scale option. You can step up and step back. Anytime you're jumping, you can basically decide to use one leg at a time if you prefer to. So I'm gonna get a couple more here. Release those hands, chest tall. And the last thing we wanna do is some nice fast jumping jacks here. So find a good strong pace, control the core, control the shoulders. Start to feel that breathing, feel your cardio get going. All right. Next, we're gonna warm up these wrists and hands a little bit, because you're gonna do a lot of clenching and gripping on those double unders. If that's what you're doing. So come on down here to all fours. We're going to stretch those wrists by first leaning forward. Just kind of gently pulse it out. Kind of control that breath now. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Point those hands out sideways. Gently rocking from side to side. Try to point the inside of your elbows forward. So notice how I'm not like this. I've got the inside of the elbows forward. Nice easy stretch. If this hurts one of your wrists, don't go deep on that side, don't put any pressure on it. Go ahead and point those hands backwards towards you now. And then just a gentle rock backwards. Again, The eye of the elbow is facing forward. Nice easy rocks back and forth. And then for the final side, roll over gently under the tops of those hands. And try to keep those arms straight. And then gently rock backwards. This is stretching out the top of your forearms here, as well as waking up those wrists. Okay, come out of that. Shake them out a little bit. Clasp the hands. Roll them out here. Next thing we want to do is get about 30 seconds each side of our pigeon pose. Really open up those hips, because you're going to be activating a lot in those burpees. So finding your figure four position, and then working on getting down low here while keeping the low back as straight as possible. So if you have to be up tall like this, that's just fine. If that's too deep of a stretch, you can even find a couch or something and put one leg up on that couch, just sort of gently like this and lean forward. If you just want to feel a stretch right here in the outside of the glutes, as well as the lower back a little bit. Let's get about 10 more seconds on this side. Nice deep breaths. Okay, relax. We're going to come to the other side now for another 30 seconds. So find whatever position is comfortable for you, but also that is a decent stretch. We don't want pain, but we do want to stretch those muscles out. If you're working on your flexibility, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. So, it takes years to get down to a position where you can touch the floor like this. And it comes and goes based on your soreness, your activity level for the week. So be patient with yourself and just put in a little bit of effort every day. All right. And then last thing for the hips we want to do is get a little bit of a sort of a couch stretch lunge. We're not going to grab our foot this time. We're just going to pull the chest tall and then lean forward, trying to stretch the front of this hip flexor here. And you'll notice as you push those hips forward, you'll feel a deeper stretch, especially at the top, but all the way down the quad there. Take some nice deep breaths. This is a really good stretch because a lot of us are stuck, sitting for most of our day, especially if you have a desk job. And that really shortens the hip flexors, and it can cause all sorts of impingements and pain when you're squatting and whatnot. So it's really good to open up this muscle group here. We're going to switch sides. Again, square up the hips, then drive the hips forward, chest tall. You can put the forward hand on the forward knee if you want to, if that helps you get a little deeper. Again, we're not going for a big lunge, we're going for driving those hips forward. Got about 15 more seconds. So on these support your local box sort of mini open workouts, this is a good time to test your abilities. I'm sure we'll come back and do these again in the future, so push hard and go ahead and find a time that you're comfortable with. And maybe if you haven't done double unders, today might be the time to try it out. So have some fun with it and be forgiving on yourself as well. So we're going to come out of that. And then next video here, we're going to go over the workout itself, some warm up and whatnot. But before we get too far into it, I want to give you some scaling options. And you'll see those in Sugar WOD, so be sure to look in there. If you're not able to do double unders, you can always do twice the amount of singles. So you can do 100 double unders or 200 singles. If you don't have the jump rope and you'd rather just do scale, we can basically cut the reps in half. You'll see in Sugar WOD, we're going to do we're going to do jumping jack instead of our jump rope. And then we're going to drop the number on the burpees. For burpees, there's a couple things to focus on. For RX, you basically want to get your chest down to the floor. And then when we get to the top position, you want to fully extend the hips and then leave the ground and clap the hands there. So if we're finishing our burpee like this, that's not a full rep. We want to really extend those hips and clap and leave the ground here at the top. So if you're going as fast as possible, you're going to do something like this. Notice I sort of bounced off the ground. I didn't catch myself in the push-up. It's a lot more taxing, but a lot faster. So if you don't quite have that yet, you can always step out. So what we're going to do is come down with those hands, basically in the squat position, hands in between your feet, and then step out one side at a time, drop into your push-up position. And then if you have to use your knees, you can do that. If you can push up, do that, but then you're going to step up rather than do a jump. So here's the RX version, here's the scaled version. All right, fantastic. So we're gonna do a little bit of double under work in the next video, and then we'll get right into the workout. See you in a bit.